We're having a little farm fun this evening. You can see two of the same. I bought that one about probably 4 years ago. And 2 years ago I was having a problem with it, couldn't get it started, so I went and got another one. And gave that one last shot before I tossed it in the dump, and it started right up. So I've run it for the last 2 years. I put that one in the shed knowing sooner or later that's going to die. And it did. I ran it dry, which any kind of small engine stuff, I try to run it dry at the end of the season so that I'm not storing gas over wintertime. And I did that. What I didn't do was pull the bottom plug there, the drain plug. And it was full of water, got cold, froze up, busted that aluminum housing apart. That is a dead pump. That will not do anything anymore. So, pulled that one out of the shed. We're ready to rock and roll. I put some oil in it. I'm about to put some gas in it and find out if it'll start. I also put a bucket of water in there and primed it. So the pump is properly primed. It's about half full, I think, and I don't really need to fill it up because I'm not running it for very long. Let's see if I remember how to start this thing. Turn the fuel level on. Alright. Start, and you got run. So, turn the switch to on. Give it a crank. First pull!
Drawing water for chores is essential around here. It actually takes longer to set everything up than it does to fill the tank.
There we are. First pull, and that was rather exciting. I've got some steam coming off this thing. That's the first time that muffler's gotten hot, so I think it's just the paint baking off. It's amazing that stuff still cures after 2 years, but it's still baking off. I covered this in an early video on our channel, just talking about the way we get working water. The first time we ever had to water the trees, it was the first year we put them in, it got hot and dry. And we were real concerned with the health of the trees. And I went out and got 3 of these IBC totes, and we put them on the back of the truck, pumped water into them, took them out there. We had a little 1-inch pump, pumped water out through a couple of sprinklers, and we would water them for a couple hours and then move the sprinklers. Just struggling to try and keep those trees alive, and it worked. Now, the rootstock that we have is M111. They're pretty hardy. You don't really need to water them most of the time, so they've been fine. I've got 250, probably close to 300 gallons in here right now. So that'll give us plenty of water for the little things we're going to be doing with it. I usually like to put water in here, let it settle down so any particulates that are in the water settle to the bottom. I get real clear water out of it, and I put it into our sprayer, and that's what I run in the sprayer when I'm out in the orchard. And that's what my wife uses to water all of her plants around here. And this, I think this one had soy sauce in it, so it is food grade and had food products in it, so not a problem. Someday we're gonna have a nice barn to put all of our equipment in, and it won't get sunburned and sun bleached like this, but one thing at a time. Look at that. These are some of the trees that got hit real bad by fire blight last year. So we've been keeping a close eye on them this year. That's why I'm spraying tomorrow. And I'll be spraying after the rain this weekend. to make sure they don't get reinfected. But they're doing all right so far. Of course, I say that and she's standing there with a tree in her hand.
This one's dead for most of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't win every battle. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today has turned out to be pretty nice. It started off very dreary. It was a constant mist of rain this morning, which didn't really meet the last forecast we had looked at last night. But the forecast for today has changed almost every day this week. I think the last time I looked today, it's supposed to start raining in about 4 hours, but I think we have plenty of time to get this wall done and maybe even get a fair amount of this wall done. This one, I hate to jinx myself and say it, but I really think that wall right there, I think that should be pretty easy. I mean, we know what the measurements are gonna need to be. We chalk the line, we put it up, we nail it in place. We ought to be able to snap most of it out pretty quick. I hope I'm not hurting myself by saying that.
Yeah,
we're only talking about the lower side. But the upper side should be actually, upper side shouldn't be that hard either. The big trick here is what we're gonna do in the corner. And so we've got to take care of the corner before we can put those pieces in there. But I think we're gonna be good. Almost. Yeah.
Okay, well, we have a problem because the lever only goes this high.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a problem.
We need to get more blocks.
All right, let it back down.
Left to go up after this.
What's that?
I didn't realize how little material there is to to go after this.
That's what I'm saying.
So all those little pieces we have, actually, we're going to use those.
If they're wide enough, I'm not
Right.
going to put tiny pieces up there.
Wow. That's pretty encouraging.
One of the things that I've heard over and over again is that building a house will test a marriage. Most people are implying that it's going to ruin your marriage. That hasn't been my experience. Don't get me wrong, we've had some of our most spirited discussions up there, but overwhelmingly, it has been really good for us. We've learned to work together in high-stress situations, and we've gained a greater understanding of each other's strengths. It's also given us a greater sense of balance and equity. We both have skin in the game, And when we step back from the work,
Mm-hmm.
we can look at the progress and say, we did this.
Went down quickly. Yes.
Okay, you got it?
You got it.
Okay.
No, hold on a second. Measurements off. Something's wrong. I screwed up because that ain't gonna work.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Just let me come over. Before you do that.
The other one butts up against it. And then you have one trim piece and the piece of trim that goes around the window.
Oh, got you.
4.5 inches. So the piece of trim that goes around the window plus the other trim piece should be
gonna be
exactly
like-
that space.
Oh my gosh, that
So
would
it'll
look
fit in
so
perfectly.
cool.
That one it's not. That one it's slightly, might have a 1/2 inch difference, but on this one, it should be fine.
Are you doing it right? Wait. Babe.
What's the matter?
When I heard her objection, I knew that I was correct, and I knew that she was not fully understanding what it was I was about to cut. And I have to admit, I was having a little fun right there.
Is this piece?
This is the piece.
Oh, got you.
This is what we need. This right here. This one right here. So
Okay.
grab your paint and paint it.
Okay. I thought we were doing the piece that goes all the way to the wall.
Nope. That's the next piece.
Okay.
I should probably be a little ashamed of myself, especially since I had just made a big mistake and cut the other panel wrong that fit around the window.
Let me get your ears.
But I wasn't. It was just fun.
And you see I laid this line out here. Jafana asked me, since this line looked the same, if that would have worked for the piece we just cut off the other one. And I measured it, and it's a 1/4 inch difference. We probably could have made it work, but
It's okay.
you got it?
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going inside.
I don't know that you're going to be able to get over there because you're right next to the wall.
I know. I'll get in there.
Here, I'll lift it.
No, no,
And you get on this other side and guide me.
no.
Honey, if you try to get there, you're not going to make it all the way to the wall. Then you're going to have to try and slide it, and it's going to tear the bottom up.
No. That thing has movement. You just want to mess it.
No, I don't want you to tear it up.
Ready?
Yep. Come up. Bring it this way a bit.
You nailed it.
There. When I was nailing this up, I was sitting here thinking about that little lump of grass almost killed me. I was thinking about the batten on that corner, and I realized I nailed this 32 inches from the side, 16 and 32, but it's 4 inches shy. So this batten's going to be off.
That one.
This one right here is only 12 inches instead of 16.
Oh, it'll be fine.
I don't know why I didn't think about that. I know, but if you want a disparity, you want the disparity to be closer to that edge, not in the middle. It looks a little off.
No one will notice.
Everyone will notice.
So not true.
Everyone will see my failure.
It's going to be fine. We're gonna set it on it, right? Right on the. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Here, I'm coming up. Ready? Okay. You gotta go under. Ready? Okay. There. Okay. There. You're gonna nail it?
You can let down.
Okay.
It's a little low.
A little.
I want to measure this thing out properly. From the edge, we got 3.5 inches, so we're right here. You're coming this way. You go 16 inches, you got your batten. Go another 16 inches, you got your batten. And then you have a 9-inch gap. That looks good.
That's fine.
Yep. Which is how I should have done it that way, going that direction. Put my ears on though, I bet you.
You're doing this now?
Well, it's gonna rain, so maybe,
Yeah,
maybe we
it
can
is
get a coat of paint on it. What time is it?
I'm not sure, but yeah. Let me go get the 2 rollers because they're already handicapped. Pretty sure.
That? Alright, let's get the rain. Let's get the... Well, looks like the rain clouds are coming. We were getting ready to put another piece up, but looks like we're gonna have to pull the plug on that and do it tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. We're always amazed that so many people have decided to join us in this journey. We'll see you next time at Break Heart Orchard.
Every time visitors come, they'll walk in the door and go, "What happened over there?" Or they'll leave without saying anything and say, "Did you see that batten on the way out? What's wrong with them?"
We have more than that. Okay, let's get this piece up. You asked.
I know. I've knocked it over like a dozen times.
You asked for the cup.
I did ask for it.
That looks really good on that side.
Which side?
On your side, like it's really
On the right or the left?
That's your right.
Killing me. Swear to God, you are killing me.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
That looks really good. It looks so good.